Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here, and live, critter, Cam. Hi, Charlie, Charlie. Oh, Charlie, man. Oh. We have movement. Charlie, what are you doing? Oh, my goodness. What are we doing, Charlie? Huh? What are we doing, big boy? Charlie. Hello. Oh, Mama's moving too. Missy. Oh, Missy. What are you doing? What's this piece of paper down here? This will bother me. What is it? What is it? It's a crumpled piece of nothing paper. Nothing on it. Huh. And Nixie is probably under the steering wheel. The cat is way back there. You see her little head. See it? Her little head right there? Yep. So there you have the critters for today. There we go. Oh, whoa, don't fall. Don't you fall. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't. Hi. How is everybody? It is July 15th, 2017. I got a spot on my glasses. Bothering me forever. It's Saturday. Sunday. No, Saturday. Saturday. I can't tell you what time it is right now because I can't see until I get these back on. There we go. It is 3:30 p.m. on this overcast, cloudy day, but it is cooler, which is nice. Let me do the weather, Heathers. Watching somebody. I think people come parking, pulling in the RV park. You can tell they do not know where they're going or how to park. Anyway, it is 82 degrees, but real feel is 98. The high will be 86. The low will be 75. We're supposed to get part of that tropical storm starting in today. So we're supposed to get rain and more rain. And then probably some more rain. So anyway, that's okay. Let's see what else we got going. I got you guys looking at the ceiling there, don't I? Oh well. That's the ceiling there. Let's see. What do I got going on today? What did I have going on yesterday? Let's see. Always have to look and see what Brad closed last night, which means we had a quick turnaround today. You know how I had all those big plans. I was going to do all that crafting, right? Ended up not happening. I ended up finishing one hat and starting another one. So I finished this one. It's a large size. That'll go in the bag for Idaho. I was getting really concerned because I'm not getting as many hats done. And I started another baby hat after that. And I talk every day with Linda, and I know Linda knew I was worried about it, and she does knitting and crocheting, and here comes Starvey looping back around. She said, well, I could put some hats in. I could send you some hats. And it's like, awesome. Because, she's my best friend and she's somebody I know really well and I can trust. And, that makes it where, she's got a little bit of extra time so that she can do that also. And, that way it gives me a little bit more time to do a few of the things I would like to do, like the 5D. And, I'm working on a shawl and I want to do some painting and stuff. So that's great. So, and that's Linda Crazy for Yarn. So, yeah, she's going to be donating some hats as well. I told her I'd pay her for the shipping and she said no. But, so if any of you out there are wanting to donate yarn, and maybe you live closer to where she lives in Michigan, let me know. and we'll set something up, where you could donate the yarn to her, because she'll be using it for the hat. I mean, like she said, she might only get, a few hats done a month, but every little bit helps. So, yeah, that's great. Um, you know, and if, I know I had somebody else ask before, about donating hats, and I said no, because if I have to ship you the yarn and then, have you ship the hats back, it's not just very cost effective. But, I'm just going to open the window here that if anybody does want to donate their finished hats, you know, my PO box is always in every description. Go ahead and do that. Include a note, and I will put your name in on the list of people that have donated hats when I ship it off to whatever state it is. I don't mind. This isn't about me having limelight at all, or me and my husband. So if we have numerous people who want to either donate yarn, or if you want to donate your finished hats, or if you did want to donate for shipping costs, it's all great. And I will include everybody's name in. And I think that's what I'll start doing. If I get any more donations of yarn, if I get any more, and I already have a list of people that have donated yarn. So, if you donate yarn, or if you send money and you say this is to help pay for shipping, or if you want to donate your finished hats, that's great. The one thing I can't do that wouldn't be cost effective is for me to mail you yarn and then you mail me the finished hat. That would just be too costly. So, and I hope everybody can understand that. But so I'm excited because that takes a little bit of pressure off. Maybe we can start a whole movement where, we have people, all over. Let's say that maybe you've donated, let's say, like, okay, for instance, when it comes to the state of Michigan, first off, I'm just probably going to have Linda pick out the place. And then I probably will just have, depending on if it's in her town or whatever, I probably would do a reverse where I mail her the hats or something. So say you live in let's say um Oklahoma, and you and I know each other fairly well. You've donated hats to me, been sending me hats, even if it's just a couple of months, you know, and your name is always in the list of contributors and stuff. And I say to you, okay, this month state is Oklahoma. So what I want to do is I want to kind of reverse this. If you know of a charity and you can have that charity email me, then what I'll do is just, if you want, I'll just mail you the hats, and you can, you know, you can, I mean, I can either mail you the hats if it's local and you can deliver them, or, you know, we'll set something up. It all has to be on the up and up. I always like to be able to prove that I have actually mailed stuff out. I do keep emails and that kind of stuff because I don't want anybody to ever get on here and say, oh, she's scamming everybody. She's keeping these hats. No, I'm not. My husband can tell you that, uh, we pay for the shipping costs every month because it's what we set up and stuff. And so I'm not complaining at all. When I was younger, I fell on a lot of hard time. And, this is my way of paying back because I know there's other young women and young people and even people our age and stuff fall on hard times, and you always can use somebody to just, tell you it's okay. We care. The homeless epidemic is becoming worse and worse. We can either ignore it or we can be a small solution. Think of it this way. And if that's not your thing to donate, to donate to me, as far as yarn or finished hats, or, to help with shipping. Maybe you want to be hands-on, but you're not a crafter. One of the things they can always use in any homeless shelter, socks. Socks. Big time. That's one of the most requested things that they always need. And one of the things that people always kind of don't think about is they need socks. And, you can even go to Dollar Tree and get, a dollar a pair, or else you can buy, especially as getting be back to school time, you can get, a multi-pack of socks and drop them off because they need socks. Their feet get wet and cold this winter and stuff, or even even if they live in a warm climate and their feet get sweaty and stuff, they need socks. They need socks. They need toiletries like toothpaste, soap, all of that kind of stuff. I mean, or if you're cleaning out your cupboards and then there's stuff that's not expired and stuff, but you're never going to use it, drop it off. So we all can help out in some way. Clean out your closet, take it to, a homeless shelter. If you don't where the homeless shelters are, you can call. You can usually call like any Salvation Army or any place that will know where the homeless shelters are. Police stations will know where the homeless shelters are. Fire stations. A lot of times the fire station, you know, somewhere within their district, they'll have maybe a place that has kind of an outreach place. A lot of times, some fire stations will take used household items and clothing if they have room, or maybe they have a list of people that have lost everything in a fire. So we can all help out some way. I mean, here in America, so many of us have an excess. And, rather than hang on to it, have it do some good, you know, rather than have it shoved in a closet, let it bring a smile and a hope to somebody else. So, you know, I'm no better than the rest of you. And stuff is just, I see I guess I see where there's a need for so much kind of stuff like that. So anyway, off that soapbox, hope I didn't bore anybody. I'm excited about that. So that will help me, um, you know. And so, yeah, I did the hat. I didn't get any other craft done because what happened was I ended up taking a 2-hour nap, and I don't know why, but I was just really tired. I hadn't had much sleep the night before because it was really thundering and raining hard. And you know how the beluga-head Charlie, poor Charlie, he gets so scared and he shakes so hard he shakes the whole RV. But so I was up with him because you gotta put the comforter on him. You gotta kind of put it around him real snuggly, and then you gotta stroke his little face and keep telling him it's okay and stuff, and then he'll finally calm down. He's like a baby, you can't be. So yeah, so I end up doing that, and then I decided I wanted to cook a whole bunch of stuff. So I made another fresh fruit salad. And by cooking, I mean just doing a lot of kitchen type stuff. So I made another fresh fruit salad. This time I used mangoes, strawberries, raspberries, and grapes, green grapes. And then I put a little bit of lemon juice over the top, and then some equal. Just like 4 little packets of equal. And this was it was a big red bowl. I don't have a red bowl over here. It was a big red bowl full of fruit and stuff. Stirred it real well. Put it in the fridge. I'm not gonna use those. I'm gonna buy frozen mangoes though from now on because mangoes are not cheap. We had just bought it a few days ago and we already had one that was half rotten. Like really? So anyway, so I did that, and then I decided that I was gonna use. We usually cook up chicken ahead of time, so we had some mustard dill chicken, and I was just gonna put it in, a noodle dish and a Parmesan noodles, and then I added extra mozzarella cheese. Uh, so I cooked that, and then I decided that I wanted to have a bunch of fresh fruit, or not fresh fruit, fresh vegetables with it. along the side. So I did kind of like a vegetable tray. I did radishes and I did tomatoes and I did some of them. And then what else did I do? Oh, some purple onion. And because my husband doesn't like to eat salads once in a great while, but if you hand the man a salad for dinner, he's going to be going, what the F? You ladies know what I mean. I mean, he's basically a meat and potatoes or meat and rice or whatever. So, he likes to eat fresh vegetables. So we just eliminate the lettuce. And I told him last night I was teasing him. I was like, "You're eating the same thing I would have put in a salad. It's just didn't put any lettuce." He's like, "I know, but yeah, he likes to get a little bit of ranch or a little bit of blue cheese dressing, and he'll dip his vegetables, and he's happy." So hey, whatever works, right? Right. So did all that. So then I didn't get any other craft done. I didn't even do any 5D yesterday. I didn't get any painting done, sadly, which I really want to do. I'm definitely doing some watercolor tomorrow, and I didn't work on the show. So, with all of that, then lead to today. It rained again last night. The dog was still vibrating the whole bed last night. I ended up giving him a melatonin last night, and I ended up giving Nixie a melatonin because it was thundering so loud and stuff, and they were just both scared. So had to do that to get him to calm down a little bit. He was still shaking the bed and stuff, but then he finally calmed down. And then uh what else did I do? That's about it. I mean, I got up and I saw that I didn't tell you guys, but I had mailed a box off to Linda uh Thursday, and it got there, you know, and just with some stuff I wanted to get her. And you'll have to watch her video. I think she's doing a video later on it. She already opened it, but she was too excited to film, but she said she was gonna still film it within it. But so I called her because I saw that it had been delivered. It was on her porch. I didn't know if she knew that or not. I called her and oh yeah, she'd already. Her daughter Teresa already told her, and she already opened it, and she was all happy. And then we yik-yacked for a while and stuff. Could hear her daughter singing in the background to the dog. She was very cute, And besides that, I just been watching some YouTube videos, kind of sitting here going, huh, hmm. Oh, I did put. Oh, dang it! I keep forgetting to put a can of pop or something in the fridge to chill so I can do the sushi maker. I'm gonna have to do that. Dang it! I was gonna do the sushi maker last night, and then I realized I hadn't put a can of pop in the fridge. We don't normally keep pop in the fridge because we have the ice maker. So we just So, but I did use those icicle pop, those silicone molds I showed you guys the other day. I did use those and cleaned them and then filled them all. And what I did is I just put the molds right back in the box, and then I had another box that I could sit four in. So, because they need to sit upright. But from what I understand, the trays that you can buy for them is expensive. It only holds like 6. And these were 12. So I just used those box, lined it with a plastic bag, and it worked out great. They sit up in the freezer, so that'll be nice. You know, play with those. I made half of them, or not half. I think was it 4 or 5 of them. It was either 4 or 5. Takes an entire can of pop. I did a can of Diet Dr Pepper, and then the other ones I did was just a cherry drink mix, sugar-free cherry drink mix. So, and that'll be excited, and then Brad can use it if he wants to ever, make, you know, anything that he would like to try, whether it was a pudding pop or something, or if he wants to make one with some fruit or something. I'm not a big fan of having fruit chunks in a popsicle, so I didn't put any in there because, yeah, that would make me mad. I don't know, it might not be too bad if it was pineapple. I really want to get a pineapple this week at the store, and I wish I would have. I'm gonna next week, you know. The pineapple right now is extremely good. So, what else? That's about it. Brad's going to be getting off work here in a short bit, and we're running into town to prescriptions that are ready. And also, Brad wants to pick up a pizza, which, once a week is okay, and it's all about in moderation. So, we're going to watch the movie. Is it Big Friendly Giant or something? A Disney movie. We haven't watched it. Linda said it's really cute. And so we're going to eat pizza, snuggle on the couch, and watch that movie tonight. That'll be nice. That'll be very nice. So, don't know anything going on with the neighbor, guys. The one with the cat. He never showed up over at his place yesterday. He's never shown up today over here, over there. We're supposed to be moving that trailer today. No communication on whether or not we're supposed to continue to take care of this cat. Now, I'm not going to let that cat sit over there and be alone for too long, and certainly not going to let it be neglected. So, Brad's going to call him tonight and say, hey, what's going on? Because this isn't right. And I'm not trying to get in anybody's business, but you can't just neglect an animal like that. This cat did nothing to nobody, and this cat's hurting too. So, if we don't hear anything from him tonight, I probably definitely, I know I'm going to definitely be going over tonight and taking care of the cat, because I'm not going to let that poor little cat be alone and afraid and nobody loving it. That's just not right. I just don't know how people do that. I did tell Brad one thing I'm a little afraid of, and one of the reasons I want him to call is you never can be too sure. He's not suicidal, is he? I mean, he just lost his wife. And, we're wanting to give away the cat. What else are we doing? Well, I just want Brad to double check and make sure that, there's not any warning signs that we maybe need to, you know, alert somebody about. I do worry about that. I do worry about that. You never know. So, wouldn't be the first time something like that happened. So, anyway, I hope y'all are doing good. Are you having fun this weekend? I think it was Sunshine, Jennifer Cook said she was going to the lake with her husband. I hope they're having fun. And, if you guys haven't, go over to her Facebook page at Sunshine Cook, or maybe it's Sunny Crochet. Anyway, she's having a heck of a sale on a bunch of stuff right now, and because she'd like to get rid of her overstock and stuff, because she's not going to be making stuff for the general public anymore, which I can understand, and so yeah, if you guys are wanting to do a little bit of pre-Christmas shopping or maybe some back to school stuff, she's got all kinds of stuff. Just go over there and take a look. Don't forget that I have paintings on Etsy. My link is below. Also, I have some of Linda's baby dresses, hand crocheted. Beautiful dresses with some of them with matching little sweaters. Take a look at those. We've got a variety of stuff. If you wanting either one of us to make something, email me. My email address is below, or you can email me through the Etsy. And between the two of us, one of us will be able to do your order. So, Anyway, I hope everybody's doing great. And remember that I love you and I do cherish your friendship so much. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.